I'll
Oh,
save it for
God.
this pod.
Uh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing Podcast, episode number 247. I'm joined here post-hurricane with Ryan Lipson. Um, Apparently, this is going to be extremely fire. We both have a ton of fire in our bodies, right? Whoa! We both got a ton of fire in our bodies right now. We're back here live in Studio 8 from Rockefeller Plaza. It's been, oh my God, 3 weeks since the last Golfballing Podcast. Uh, we have a lot to digest. I've got a lot of fire to come out with you today, to be honest with you.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Well, I'm pissed off at your hat, dude.
I know.
I'm like really pissed off at your fucking hat.
I knew you were going to have a similar reaction, but at the same time, it's such a vague phrase.
But it wasn't to me like 3 fucking years ago.
No, but I'm saying like in the sense of like you could never trademark it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter if you did it first or not. It doesn't matter.
Fucking bullshit. All right, well, your stupid fucking hat, which you should watch us on Spotify or YouTube because you can check out us on video. Ryan's wearing a hat. You want to get up to the camera?
I mean, if you're on the episode, I think you see it.
I can't see it, just for example. Like, it's too blurry. Yeah, so that's okay, I'm glad because that's a really ugly hat as far as the M goes. So Ryan's currently wearing a hat that says Play More Golf. So let me turn the clock back really quickly. In the year 2022, I was a super senior in college, and I created this idea during an internship for a that I knew. His name was Mike. He has a golf company called Golf Made Me Do It. Nick and I met him a couple of times because we were from the Chicagoland area, and he lived in the city, and we would play golf all the time. I wanted a cupcake internship for my final semester of college. So I asked Mike if I could intern for his golf company, and we did. And I deployed a shirt called Play More Golf. Unfortunately, it was the most uncomfortable shirt you probably could have worn because I don't think you bought one, Ryan. Did you?
I had a bad shirt experience one time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this, unlike our first ever t-shirt launch, this actually was dryable. You could actually put it in the dryer and feel good about it. But the issue is, first off, can you really put any shirt in the dryer? I'm starting to learn as I get older. Seems like shirts kind of have a shelf life. I've actually opted out of drying anything that I own as far as stuff I really like to wear.
It definitely wears on it, but there's certain materials you certainly can dry for.
You think so?
Years and years and years. Yeah. I have golf shirts that I've dried 1,000,000 times. Dress shirts, right? Dry clean only or hang dry. But no.
Yeah.
I have Peter
hang
Moore
dry
shirts
everything pretty much. Okay, yeah, Peter Moore I think is different. Yeah.
That material, that like athletic material.
I still like to not dry those because I like how big they are, and I just don't even want it to be modified in any way. So I just like play it safe and throw it on a hook to dry. Okay, anyways. So I made this shirt called Play More Golf off of the Eat More Chicken, obviously, Chick-fil-A riff. It did really bad, but it didn't do that bad. I think we sold like 30 shirts or whatever. And this was like a Golfballing times Golf Made Me Do It collab. But I always thought it was brandable. I always thought Play More Golf was brandable. And fast forward to 1 week ago, and I've died on the hill with Mike that Play More Golf is like an actual golf brand that you could like turn into something big. 1 week ago, Nicholas M., I don't know why M came to me. Nicholas R. Bavaro, Golfballing legend, texts me, or I text him or whatever, and he told me he plays with this fellow named Roger Steele. Now let me put on my smart glasses. Roger Steele is who, Ryan?
Got me.
Yeah, that was an unfair question. Roger Steele is some type of golf influencer in the city of Chicago. I have strong disdain for most golf influencers, so I don't have an opinion on Roger Steele because I've never watched him. He has 160,000 Instagram followers. I think he was in the Creator Classic
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names. I had to Google just to see if I should feel bad
So
about not knowing him. I don't feel bad, but I have seen his face.
when Nick and I were first deploying after COVID, like daily golf videos of Nick and I or me or whatever it was, Roger Steele was just kind of getting started. He had like, probably like 10K, something like that on Instagram. And we would always like talk about a vague collab because we worked with a lot of similar brands. He's affiliated with like Top Golf, 5 Iron Golf, and so were we. So we always like kind of wanted to play. We always had like this loose plan of playing, with each other and recording. And Nick told me he played with Roger Steele or he caddied for him or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, that's sick. And so I went on Instagram to see how Roger Steele is doing. Ryan, this is 1 week ago. The first fucking thing in his bio says play more golf. It broke my heart. I was like, damn, I was way too early with this obviously non-trademarkable thing because it makes so much sense. Why is there not a golf company called Play More Golf? But that was 1 week ago, and I see it in his fucking bio, and now it's like this big thing, like Play More Golf. And I'm like, I figured that out like 3 years ago, and now you've got a stupid fucking hat that says Play More Golf. I mean, what's going on? Oh, I've got these glasses on. What's going on, dude? Like, yeah, and I assume this was going to be taken too. Breakfast ball. There's going to be a new good collab. I'm wearing a breakfast ball shirt that I made, as you can see here. This was a mock. This was a mock shirt. It says here 3/26/22. How long ago was that? That was 2.5 years ago. So you'll probably see in the next 3 years a big golf company called Breakfast Ball.
No, but I also think you won't see a company called Play More Golf is the whole point. I'm with you, like certainly frustrating, but it's not
Of course, I'm wearing the hat. It's just frustrating to me because I was reminded of this genius idea that I had a couple of year ago, and then Nick texted me that, and then I see you wearing the same fucking hat, but a different origin. So,
all right. Well, here's my main question. Was that what you were planning on starting off with, or did you call an audible as soon as we got on here?
Oh, I had no idea. Well, once I saw your hat and I was like, oh, that's a cool hat. What does it say? 4 minutes. We're 8 minutes in. 10 minutes ago, I said, oh, that's a cool hat. What does it say? And then you're like, oh, cool story, blah, blah, blah. And then you zoom in and I see I asked you, does that say play more golf? Like, so no.
Obviously, I get the origin behind it, but like, let's not shoot the messenger here. It's not Ryan's.
I know it's not Ryan's fault, but
here's the real problem: is what I wanted to start with is the fact that USC lost their third game this past weekend, and I haven't said a fucking word to you.
Well, the reason. The reason
that salt in the
no. The reason I was gonna send you a text at halftime. So Ryan and I have I put money on USC winning 10 or more football games a couple of weeks ago, and I think that's officially kibosh now. But I texted you like week 4 or something.
No.
I don't know.
It was like week 2, and we made it in week 1, and I was hammered when we made this bet. And you're like, you don't even remember. I'm like, no, but thank you for reminding me. I'm still confident they're going to lose 3 games. And here we are in week 6.
Yeah, it's tough. I remember sending a text to Nick saying, I just hammered $10 on USC winning 10 to Ryan. Is that going to hit? He's like, yeah.
Well,
and they lost to stupid
he's also
Minnesota.
A Florida fan who thinks they're not in shambles.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Avid Auburn fan, I understand we are dog shit. It's just being realistic person, I have expectations, and Hugh Freeze has 2 more years to figure it the fuck out. Napier ain't the answer.
No, I saw on. Oh yeah, you play Mizzou. I saw that. Oh wait, no, that's next week.
We'll lose.
That's this week. No, I saw an upset alert that Auburn could pull off the upset. I think from Josh Pate.
Is that really an upset? Like, we're not talking about Georgia or Alabama. We're talking about Mizzou.
Georgia, Texas.
Oh, I got Texas.
I don't know anything about Mizzou. I'm just happy Vanderbilt took down Bama because when Nick and I were in Nashville that one time, we walked into the stadium, walked into their locker room or athletic room or whatever, grabbed a quick pair of, maybe this is, I mean, I know it's illegal, but we grabbed a quick pair of Vanderbilt football pants and still have that. So I was glad. And then we tried to sneak onto the field. And I remember us asking drunkenly, like, what happens if we were to jump this fence and get on the field? And I remember the guy saying, yeah, I would extremely not do that. So let's go SEC, but I don't care about college football because Notre Dame's making the playoffs. I'll care about it then. But yeah, USC. So I lost $10 and I won't cash it out until you never know what could happen. If they win out and make a conference championship game, they could still win 10 theoretically. But
yeah, I'm not sure that's how that works.
I think it is.
I'm just not sure.
Conference championship games count as in season. I learned that on Retro Bowl yesterday.
We can discuss the semantics of this later, but you're down $10. You can figure out how to recoup that some other way than counting non-significant games.
I'll send you a check by mail. You're just gonna have to get that over to me.
I'm
also gonna have to get a checkbook. But
I'm about to send you a fantastic screenshot that I just got during the pod. But we'll just let
I don't know what to do with that. I don't know if I should. I feel like I should be more worried here.
No, it's not worried. It's just kind of an ongoing theme that's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's tough luck.
Yeah.
When he's watching.
Yeah.
We can discuss that at a later date.
Ryan's a sandbagger, basically. And we've known that for a while. Doesn't affect me. I don't care.
No. I try to have you on my team, man. Like in a perfect world, me and you are getting a bunch of strokes for like Nick and Matt. That's a great Saturday.
Yeah. I miss Matt.
Agreed, man. You talked to him recently?
No, I have not. I actually got a surprising amount of like Sean called me, Nick called me, or Nick texted me. So many people from that hurricane like texted me asking what I was doing. I was very surprised that many people knew I moved to Tampa.
Well, there was 100 tornadoes throughout the state. And
yeah, like second most ever in a day.
Yeah, it also could have moved anywhere. Like it was going up the coast. It could have just said, "I'm going to take a right here."
I was really worried it was going to take a right there and hit you guys again.
I mean, we would have been fine, but the beaches got destroyed.
Yeah, like Santa. Yeah. Oh, did they really still?
Oh yeah.
With the surge. Oh wow.
Did you not see the pictures from Mucky Duck?
No, I don't even know what Mucky Duck is.
At the end of Captiva, that little bar. I don't know if we went there with you or not, but it's all the way out on Captiva. It's wild. Ripped their whole like front door off, or not front door, like front wall. Ripped the front wall off.
Jesus.
Sand was about 4 feet high, piled up. I mean, we're talking 200 miles south of where this hit. Is kind of
crazy. Yeah. So for the listeners, Ian, Cat 5 or 5 miles per hour from a Cat 5 or whatever it was, hit Sanibel Captiva desperately. And like literally like the first 2 weeks, Nick and I moved there. We went to that like bar hopping thing with you. And that's the only memory I have of Sanibel / Captiva, like this beautiful like jungle island thing. And then 2 weeks later, Ian hits, demolishes the both islands, the whole coast. I was surprised it got down there again, man. That was crazy because we drove to Bama to get out of this storm because I didn't want to not have Wi-Fi, and it's not on the news there. I had to like be on Twitter because we're at a hotel news, so I had to like be on Twitter the whole time, and we didn't get power till Sunday. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Wink live stream on YouTube was solid. I sent that link to everybody that was like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Dude, just watch this. We still have power right now." You know, honestly, the tornadoes were the sketchiest part.
That's what it seemed, dude. The tornadoes were apparently crazy, like the whole coast of or whole state of Florida.
I was in here grinding in the office all day Wednesday.
Really?
Catherine was in the living room with her friends who evacuated Pine Island. And they were just drinking wine in the living room, and I just keep hearing the buzzes from everyone's phone go off from the tornado.
Oh my god, dude, that drove me crazy. She had that on the whole freaking car ride to Bama, and it was like every fucking hour on the hour. That thing was the most annoying noise in the world. But
imagine trying to be on phone calls and having like 6 of them go off in the living room. Like,
yeah, you need like I'm sure those walls aren't very soundproof.
I didn't even close my doors because like
Okay.
this is my house. Like they can just keep it at like not a 9.
Well, I'm glad you guys are all right.
Same, man.
I was so pissed off on Sunday. So we went to Bama, and then it was like, oh, we still don't have power at our apartment. So I drove to Tallahassee. We stayed at Tallahassee for a night, and then that morning we woke up, we had power, so we hightailed it back to Florida, to Tampa, and we got back, and we had a great Friday night, and then Saturday morning, like the power goes out, and I was thinking that was just a quick thing, and then 24 hours later, we're at freaking McDonald's charging up. I'm a QP and a McChicken down, and thankfully, like 1 hour later, it popped back on. But
halftime of the game, eh?
Yeah, like right before halftime for my Green Bay Packers, and I already was so pissed off the whole week because I got like no work done because the Wi-Fi in the hotel was shitty, and I don't know if have you ever, I don't even think you say it this way, Mobile, Alabama, isn't it? Not Isn't that not Mobile? That's so weird. But whoever, I don't know if anyone listening has ever been to Mobile, Alabama. The fucking roads in that town, dude. I literally could have easily killed 5 people just out of pure rage, and also I don't know who made those roads wherever we were staying. You'd have like, imagine what's Cleveland? What's 81-19 in Fort Myers, Cleveland?
41.
41. Imagine 41, but then you also had another road right next to it. And you could merge onto those side roads, and you could merge onto them, but you couldn't turn right unless you merged on. You couldn't go up to a stopping light and turn right. You had to merge onto one of these things, but there's also traffic coming both ways. I don't know who the hell designed those roads, but it was a nightmare. And so we quickly just went to Waffle House pretty much for every meal.
That reminds me of like Miami, Fort Lauderdale. They have like those sub roads where it's like kind of a highway, and then off to the side they have like,
yeah, exactly that, but residential busy roads like Cleveland in season, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? And
theirs are more like highways, and then off to the side is kind of like their access roads, if you want.
That is such a weird thing too in Miami. I forgot about that.
Bro, Ryan's sending me like screenshots of my gin. This needs to this needs to chill real quick.
Man, I want to go back down to Fort Myers. I was actually looking forward to possibly going down to Fort Myers for that storm to see you guys.
You had a room. I also got a tea time at Babcock Sunday at 11:30.
No, dude. Sunday is Packers, Texans, and Lions, Vikings at 1 p.m. That's a must watch.
All right.
That is must watch.
I actually got a call earlier to go to a Falcons Bucks game on the 27th. Pretty excited.
Oh yeah. Are you going in Tampa?
Mm-hmm. You remember Wes?
If you want it. Hell yeah.
From Heritage Bay? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He calls me. He's like, hey man, one of my reps got me 2 tickets to the Falcons game. And he's like, I can't let the boys fight over who's going. So you want to go?
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. You got any time, pop on by, or we'll come link you.
Yeah.
I was just looking at Lightning games actually an hour ago.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I would totally come up there for a Lightning game.
Right?
Well, bolts
they're cheap. You could get like center puck, center ice, but like a couple, third row or whatever, and you still see I just want to see both sides if I'm at a hockey game, and I don't care where I am. They're like $25 a pop. So, are the Thrashers coming in town anytime soon? The Blackhawks' first game was against the Utah Hockey Club. I'm watching this thinking I hate everything about sports. The Oakland A's just moved. Las Vegas Raiders are pretty much a free away game for every team, or home game for every away team.
Did I ever tell you the story about the Lightning jersey that I got?
No. You have a Lightning jersey?
No, I don't. I donated it.
Oh my
So
god.
when I worked for Budweiser, I run into this random guy in one of my grocery stores that I was working with. And he was walking next to his wife, and his wife had an Auburn shirt on. So I said, something to her, about Auburn. You guys from Alabama? And she's like, yeah, daughter went there, yada, yada, yada. So we're just like shooting the shit. And he comes up to me like 10 minutes later. We had parted ways. He's like, hey, man, you a sports fan? Which I thought was a weird question. I was like, yeah, why? And he goes, I got something in my car for you. He goes, I work for this company that destroys game worn stuff. Basically, so like stuff that can't be resold. He goes, we either donate it to third world countries or we destroy it.
The fuck?
Dude, they don't want it like being resold on like secondary market. He had an Andrej Palat game worn jersey from the 2021. I believe they won the Stanley Cup that year. I'm not a hockey fan, so
Yeah.
but yeah, game worn jersey, and I donated. He gave it to me. I was like, oh, thank you so much, and I donated it to a charity auction for a friend of mine who passed away, and he was a big Tampa Bay Lightning fan. So I was like, what am I gonna do with it? Hang a hockey jersey in my office? I'm like, yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't watch hockey either, but
I can do playoff hockey, like it's entertaining. But there's no way I'm just sitting down and watching a regular season game.
I know. I need my Hawks in it. That's been a big difference from Fort Myers to Tampa. Is here and there you would see a Dolphins logo on a car or something. Like there are Dolphins fans in Fort Myers, but I never saw much Tampa stuff. I never saw Rays stuff, Bucks, Lightning, whatever it was. Like here and there,
Rays
it was
Stadium got
mainly
fucked.
what was it?
Tropicana Field got fucked.
Yeah, I just saw that they won't even be able to use that field at the start of next year, which is in fucking April.
Dude, why they only built that to withstand like Category 1 hurricane winds? Like, buddy, we're in Florida.
I know.
It just ripped the entire top of that thing off.
Yeah, that was big. I remember watching that on Twitter. Night of, because my dad, I'm not trying to dox him, but I've got a ton of family in Sarasota, and I was very worried that it seemed like one of us was getting effed.
So, I have a friend in Sarasota that flew into Fort Lauderdale, rented a truck, went to Home Depot to pick up plywood, and drove from Fort Lauderdale to Sarasota to board up his house.
Oh my God.
Now, granted, he's not in a flood zone, but he's like, yeah, I need to go do this.
Dude, if I had a house, like you were saying, boarding up the windows, I would take every precaution possible because it's my house. I don't trust Florida insurance. I don't trust Florida roofers. I know some people in that business back in the day. Seems like a lot of scam. It seems like a hurricane hits in Florida and you got everyone from up north like coming down for like 2 weeks just to rip people off.
You basically just search out companies that were established more than like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We did that with the cage. It was like we had all these offers and they were high, but some lower than others. And I was like, I'm going to go with the guys that have been in Fort Myers for 12 years.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys had no damage this run?
No, I will say this. I have a friend that does screens for a living. You never came to that Wednesday night sim league, did you?
No, I think the reason was probably because I never got an invite. But no.
I don't know about that.
That's the truth. That's nothing but the truth.
Either way, moot point. One of the guys that would show up to that, he owns like a aluminum screening business, and he's like, take off your doors to the cage, it'll allow air to flow through, the pressure won't be as bad. So we had no damage, but we walked around the neighborhood the day after, and probably 4 or 5 cages were blown out.
Oh wow, really?
I mean, dude, there were some gusts, and like who knows what kind of tornadoes were like maybe not touching the ground, but up above causing higher gusts than normal. But
yeah, that tornado stuff was freaky. Seeing the second most ever.
Did I send you the picture from my owner's house?
I don't think so. Your owner? Like you're a dog?
So not Chris, but
in work.
Yeah. He had one in his neighborhood, 2 streets over, and was taking videos of it on his patio.
Oh, mucky duck.
Dude, yeah.
Oh.
Check out this one behind it coming in. It's pretty bad. Like, he got very lucky. He has houses in his neighborhood that got roofs just torn off.
Oh, that is so close.
So close.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can show the camera if you want.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Imagine looking out your front porch at that.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not, like, for those of you in the Midwest, I know it's not a 300-foot wide tornado that's just going to, like, take a town apart. When you got a tornado coming at your house, it's still sketchy.
Dude, tornadoes as a kid terrified me. I lived in Aurora, and I feel like that's like Illinois' capital of tornadoes. And my mom would like not give a shit. She'd be like watering flowers and plants and stuff. And I'd be like putting every video game, every magazine, every stuffed animal that I cared about down in the basement. Like tornadoes,
Dude,
I didn't think were a thing in Florida.
I feel like I've
down here.
definitely mentioned this, but maybe not. Do you know what Catherine's father does?
Oh.
He
Storm
owns a,
chaser?
no, not opposite.
Oh.
He owns a company called Safety Shelters. Shout out, Safety Shelters. Free
For sponsor of the show.
But they do like in-ground and above-ground like tornado shelters for Alabama and like Louisiana,
Dang.
Midwest. Yeah. So like it's totally a real fear, but like you said, I didn't think I was gonna have to fear it in Florida.
Yeah, hurricanes enough, dude.
Hurricanes are enough.
I can't get past these, man. Is this real quick? Finishing up the storm talk for this week. Is that whatever it's called, IL-94 or whatever? Is that thing leaking up to us or no?
I don't.
You know that development?
I don't think so.
No.
I actually saw like multiple meteorologists post videos on like Twitter, and they were like, "Hey guys, before you start like believing things that you see on the internet, go to your local news stations and see what they're saying." Basically, like there's a lot of fear mongering and like
unlike the
bullshit
big ones,
yeah,
Fox News or Fox Weather. Sorry,
my cousin or second cousin, I should say. He kept texting me during the storm, like, this one's coming too. And it's like, man, I think the account name was like Sasha Gray. And like, it's some dude wearing like a blue t-shirt on a green screen. I'm like, look, man, I get it. Like, we just had a hurricane, but let's go to like a real news source before we start sending me videos telling me that I need to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
But on a golf note, Matt McCarthy won.
The fuck is that? You know what? It's funny you say that because I saw McCarthy got his first PGA Tour win, and I'm thinking, finally, man, Jock MKT, somebody would have cashed out. Denny McCarthy finally won a golf tournament. He probably has, but yeah, no, whoever the hell Matt McCarthy is.
He's a new guy. I think it's McCarty. I don't know.
I have a tweet
young
here.
Corn Ferry Tour guy.
Oh, okay.
He kind of made a splash at the end of last season, I feel like. I
had a tweet here about the viewership numbers. It was really poor. Oh, here we go. Did he win the Black Desert Championship in Utah?
He won.
Is this him?
Yes.
Oh, so I saw this tweet. Final TV ratings on Sunday for the Black Desert Championship in Utah, 117,000 viewers, dude. And so I developed this take today because I think it's been this recurring theme. The last title of our podcast is Watching Golf Boring Now, because we have that Brooks and Bryson versus Rory and who? Scotty. And I was reading that today and I was like, wow, I could not actually care less about watching that. And I was thinking, like, the first match with Tiger and Phil.
You could watch the Black Desert Open, which we probably care less about.
Like, ever since the first match of Tiger versus Phil, I have not cared at all. And that was like Thanksgiving Day or the day after Thanksgiving or whatever, whenever that first was the thing 5 years or so ago. And I remember watching that being like, oh, this is so boring. And I love Rory McIlroy and I like all four of those golfers. I love Brooks, I love Bryson, I love Scotty. And I guarantee you, I will not know that that is going on until the day after it happens or whenever it finishes and I see some tweets about it. I do not care anything about either golf league, LIV or PGA Tour right now, unless it's like a major or a big championship. I feel like LIV is completely diluted golf, and I think their logos are disgusting. I think their team names are embarrassing. I think the visual production of it is embarrassing. I think the whole LIV Golf company is absolute disgrace to professional golf, and I cannot believe people actually watch that and enjoy it. And ever since LIV became a thing, I've had almost zero interest. I don't know if it's age, losing golf balling, or just the dilution of it. It's like if the NFL had a lockout and I'm watching like the XFL just to get my fix, like just because fucking Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers is in the XFL. Like, yeah, I think I'm all set there. And
You're not wrong. You're not
I
wrong.
just don't like watching golf. Doesn't have the same draw this year as it has my entire life. I don't give a crap about any golf event unless it's one of the four.
Okay.
And I love Bryce. I love Brooks. I love Phil. I love DJ. I love a lot of the LIV golfers. There's no way I'm watching an exhibition LIV golf event with my time. And I just think it's a complete and utter waste of time. I don't even really understand why it began. Like, is it greed? Like, I do get it from a deep, like, Phil wants his rights and the PGA Tour is bullshit and it always has been and it probably always will be, and maybe LIV can change it. I was on like The Athletic today looking at golf things for this podcast, and I see like, oh, Jay Monahan and fucking, I was gonna make a Bin Laden joke, but whatever a fucking Saudi name would be, some Saudi name and Jay Monahan are in a pro-am together, and it's like, okay.
The only thing I disagree with is the fact that you're saying the Brooks, Bryson, Rory, and Scotty is not more entertaining.
So
100%.
So do you want to hear a comparison?
No. Hold on. I want you to let me finish this thought. In Matt McCarty's win,
who the fuck is Matt McCarty?
We had Stefan Jaeger, Kevin Streelman, Lucas Glover, M. Schmidt from Spain, don't know. Jay Highsmith, don't know. Harris English, Lee Hodges, Nick Hardy, Henrik Norlander, Patrick Rogers, Bo Hossler.
Patrick Rogers?
Yes.
Patrick Rogers was supposed to be the next Rory McIlroy.
Okay, so like you hear me? I'm at like,
but it's October golf. The season ended a month and a half
ago. T11, Seamus Powers,
fucking loaded event.
ECHAV.
This is the Black Desert Championship.
G Sig, Ben Griffin, Cameron Young, YC Wan, but M. McGreevy, T. Whitney. Like, I will go on as long as you like. So that is nowhere near as interesting as Bryson Brooks
lives out of season though.
No. But what I'm saying is, if LIV had a full event this week, Matt McCarty won his event this week.
And I'm watching LIV if I was watching golf.
No, what I'm saying is you would watch this. Your first
the
comment in this. Your first comment in this was, I'm not interested at all in the Bryson Brooks versus. First of all, I have two responses for you. So I don't believe you.
I have two responses. Rory on camera is a nerd. Rory's a nerd. He's a great guy. He's a good person. He's a good dad. He's a good husband. Whatever the hell he is, Rory's not out of the box. I do have more interest in this year's match than I have since the first match. But the way I saw it today is like, all right, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase versus Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are teaming up for a NFL event next Sunday. And it's like, why on earth would I watch that?
Different.
Why am I watching Devontae Adams, Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in a 2v2 flag football match? I have no interest in exhibition golf, and that's the definition of LIV, and that's the definition of all these matches. If I'm getting a match, what I'm doing here, I'll tell you how you can fix this crisis. I'm not watching 5 hours of four golfers playing fucking whatever the hell they decide to do, alternate shot, best ball, whatever it is. What I would watch is I would watch a 10v10, the top 10 in LIV versus the top 10 in the PGA Tour, whoever decides to do it. Doesn't have to be the top 10. I'm watching a 10 versus 10 format every single year around Thanksgiving, and I'm watching that for a 1-day period or a 2-day period. I have no interest in a 2v2 exhibition match. Bryson and Brooks don't hate each other. Bryson and Brooks don't hate Scotty and Rory, and vice versa. Maybe they have a disagreement on LIV itself, but I even think Rory's come along to like, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And that's my thought on LIV is you got to do what you got to do.
Your comparison to the NFL is terrible.
I don't think it is. It's an exhibition match.
Okay, but let's just be a little more realistic. Give me your top 4 NBA guys right now.
Jalen Green, Lonzo Ball, Victor Wembanyama,
and Chris Paul. I'm not an NBA guy, and I know Lonzo Ball is hilarious.
All right, Steph, LeBron, Kobe, and MJ.
Sure, right, whatever. Put them in a 2v2 fun thing.
There's no shot I'm watching that. What is this, 2K?
But it's on a bat. Okay, you can't play 2K football. You can't. But what are you just like? Hut. All right, go long. Like, dude, that's a silly comparison.
No, it's all right. Sorry, 3v3. You ever play that? What's that football game you play where you have 3 people? You're a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, or DB. No, if you, me, and like Nick were hanging out and we're like, let's play football. I would be the quarterback, you'd be the receiver, Nick would be the defensive back, and then we would switch. And if you scored a touchdown, you would get a point, and you would switch, you would rotate positions. That's what I feel like I'm watching with the match.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
If I want to watch Bryson DeChambeau, why can't I just watch a YouTube video of him? These guys are going to be vanilla. No one's taking shots.
We're talking about this subjectively. Like, I would much rather just go play golf than watch it. But like, that's not what we're talking
Golf's
about.
Not a 1v1 type of thing to me, unless the stakes are non-exhibition.
No, but like, okay, I think we can both agree some of the most entertaining golf there is every single year is either going to be the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup. Right?
But the President's Cup, I'm so glad you brought that up. I had no idea that was happening. I had no idea that happened. I had no idea. Yeah, you were texting me, and I had no idea that happened. So the President's Cup has never done anything for me. Like, an international team.
All right.
Why isn't Europe international? That doesn't make sense to begin with.
Pause for a second. If you had to pick watching the Black Desert Championship for 5 hours consecutively on a Sunday, or watching Bryson and Brooks versus Rory and Scotty, I know the answer to this question. There's no fucking chance you're watching the Black Desert Championship.
I give kudos to the LIV and the PGA Tour for the first thing in its history. Like, that fucking matters. I'm not watching either. I will not watch a second of the match. I guarantee you when the day happens, I will not know it's on, and I will not know it happened until the day after when I check Twitter. And I'm not watching anything you just said, except for the Ryder Cup, because that's the only thing that matters these days. Except for the major.
You can have the stance of I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to
Who likes it.
I'm going back to the whole point of you saying it's less entertaining.
Ryan, give me the date of the match. What's the date?
I have no idea.
Exactly, because no one cares.
You're also just like taking the goalposts and you're just moving it.
Well, sometimes some wind happens, and you gotta like something. Your fucking star kicker that was a piece of shit in college, and his name's Anders Carlson, and then my Green Bay Packers decide to draft him. Oh, and he's still shit, just like he was in fucking college.
He was the number 1 kicker in college. He is shit in the NFL.
He's fucking dog shit.
Same thing happened with Cody
Parkey
in the double.
Cody Parkey, just I as a Packers fan, I will always love and appreciate Cody Parkey, but Anders Carlson just built off his brother's reputation. And if he knew how to kick, then the Packers probably would have made the Super Bowl. Yeah, he's on the Raiders.
Okay. Yeah, Daniel Carlson's sick. I mean, he was
for sure.
They were also both setting records at Auburn, but
was Anders really though? I think maybe what I'm talking about is
he missed 4 kicks at Auburn total.
I think what I'm thinking of is his 50+ percentage, which wasn't good. I believe I'm checking, and from the looks of it, you are too.
I am.
6th round kicker. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anders Carlson in his final year of college. Oh my God, he made 12 of 17. Oh, and the year before that, he made 14 of 21. Yeah, that's a fucking NFL kicker there. Anders Carlson, Ryan, I know what you're looking at right now. Anders Carlson had one good year of kicking, and it was in 2020, and he played college football for 5 years. I know you can see it right now. He's a career 72% field goal percentage. Every year other than 2020, where he made 20 of 22, he was dog shit. And I know you're looking at it right now because I could hear it. He was dog shit in college and he was dog shit in the NFL. And now he's a member of the San Francisco 49ers. And that crappy team with Jimmy Garoppolo and Colin Shitternick is going to ruin my Packers playoff chances once again. And I guarantee you the kicker is going to be named Anders Carlson. And he's going to end up being just like his brother. So that was more of a Packers rant, but just making fun of you being an Auburn fan. Dude, but it's bullshit. Look at the stats, dude. They're terrible. You cannot be an NFL kicker.
I don't know why I can't find his stats in college.
Oh, type in Anders Carlson college stats and go to College Football Reference.
Here it is.
It's dog shit. He's not a kicker. He's not. You're not your brother. And I'm being disrespectful, and I don't mean to, but I'm just a biased Packers fan. And now I've got Brandon Naverson, who was even worse than Anders Carlson, and we just signed Brandon McManus. So,
see, I'm so confused because I'm looking right here.
Do you want me to pull it up?
Oh, I'm looking at PATs. He's 173.
He was like, a great PAT kicker.
I was like, wait, what? I was like 98.3%. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the total. Yeah, Daniel is sick. He's not so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But all of us were saying this too when he got drafted. Like,
Cody Parkey was also sick in college and then just busted in the NFL too.
You know, I feel like he might have even gotten just a bad rap because I don't know if his NFL career was that bad. I'm not a Bears fan, but I don't know if his NFL career was it that bad.
He got injured. He was injured a lot in the NFL. I think
looking at Cody Parkey's college stats are very similar to Anders Carlson. But I think with field goal kicking, you need to look at 50 plus, and that's where you know if you got your guy. Like your guy in Atlanta, like you give him a 56-yarder, I feel pretty good about him kicking that. But I give that to Cody Parkey or Anders Carlson, and I'm like, there's no shot. I actually just kind of look away.
Yeah. I don't know how we got on this topic because I think we can both agree.
My point is,
the match is more entertaining. Whether you're gonna fucking watch it or not, the match is more entertaining than the PGA Tour. I don't care what you say.
I will agree.
Put up a poll.
I know you're right.
The PGA Tour is a joke right now. The LIV Golf is a joke right now. My whole point is that this match is probably going to be more viewed than the last PGA Tour.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I also think, and I think everyone agrees with this, the PGA Tour should not be 12 months of the year. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. No one wanted that.
You make money. You just continually charge people for shit.
I know, and I feel like they moved every major up, and they moved the playoffs up just to not compete with football. And that's, something you have to deal with. Big Brother's on every Sunday night during football season.
Think about
it seems like a skill issue.
Think about the numbers you just spouted off.
Cody Parkey or Anders Carlson's field goal percentage at Auburn?
No.
Somehow you want a championship.
107,000 people watching the Black Desert Championship.
That shouldn't be an event. And from like a personable standpoint, I am glad Matt McCaw won his first event. Denny McCarthy's brother won his first event.
They should have like 5 team match play events to start the season on the PGA Tour.
I like that. Yeah.
Hey, we're just going to do the Zurich Classic 6 times from October to December.
I agree.
Like, that would be entertaining.
And you know what that would get? That would probably get sponsorship because of the viewership. And I think people like the big dogs on the tour would be like, oh, there's more money. It's a team event. I don't have to.
It's more fun than anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you ended the season, you did well, go out there and play with your boys, pick somebody, go have a weekend, and then they move into the Florida swing.
Yeah. So like I used to think that, oh, okay, you have these random dog shit events in October and November, and it gives Denny McCarthy's brother, that isn't him. I'm not trying to, sounds disrespectful, Matt McCarthy or whatever, he can win a tournament. And that's cool for him, and that's cool for all the random fucking players you just named that were in this event. Like that's
Yeah.
cool. But at the end of the day, like I don't think it's needed. I don't think I just don't really care anymore from that standpoint. Like if Matt McCarthy's that good of a golfer, then I think he can hold his own in a PGA Tour, normal event, and he doesn't need to win the Black Desert Utah Championship or whatever. Maybe it's just because I don't like golf as much as I did as a kid watching it because of all this crap. I just don't think there's a reason to have golf going on in honestly September to January 1st when we got Hawaii.
Yeah, but at the same time, like fall golf is cool, and you could like there's enough places around the country to send tournaments that
Yeah.
weather is not a problem. Like right now in southeast, the weather's beautiful. It's in the 60s. Like it may get cold at night, but like you're in the 60s, 70s. Like tell me why you couldn't be playing in Georgia somewhere right now or South
Yeah.
Carolina right now. And I'm not, and obviously you got to have to go a little more south, but you could do a couple Texas tournaments. There's some places in Texas that are still going to be warm until late November. Move down to the fourth.
Yeah.
Like you could do it. You just have to not make it shit tournaments.
Yeah.
Get some real sponsorships. I mean,
I wish they went overseas. I don't really know European. I'm sure it gets cold, but like, what if they did a tournament in South Africa? Like that'd be cool. What if I'm like
Costa Rica, Mexico, like
yeah, exactly.
they do the
Dominican, yeah.
WGC, but like when's the WGC?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
What is
do
that,
some in
Mayakoba or
Mexico.
whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Like get into like at least some like cool scenic, and Utah's obviously sick, but I didn't even, unless you had brought that up and I didn't see that tweet today. If we weren't doing this podcast, I would have had no idea who the hell Matt McCarthy is, or that the Black Desert Utah Golf Championship of
I didn't
America
watch a
was an
second.
event. Yeah. Well, only 117,000 did. So, that's a
The goal
county,
here
and
is the goal here is just to play more golf, man.
I'm done with playing more golf. I just think it's fucking genius. And then the worst thing is, I was talking about that like 2 weeks ago too. I was like, we saw like an eat more chicken sign. I was like, play more golf. Like it just fits. It just fits perfectly. And it's like you said, it's not that creative. Like I'm riffing off Chick-fil-A,
It's
but I'm
not even
turning it into
that.
golf.
It's
But
not
it's
that
just
it's
like a
not
good.
creative. It's not that it's not creative.
It's
It's
not
that
original or.
no, it's just not. It's too vague for you to trademark into a company. Like
Yeah. If I was like Logan Paul, I could make a company called Play More Golf and do like a launch a month about playing more golf. It's the most random example. If I was Tiger Woods, I could make a company called, I could make a segment of Sunday Red saying play more golf and sell that here and there. Yeah. But I'm not Tiger Woods. I'm just Tiger Woods on the course. I was trying to think of the last time I played golf, which is a really big issue. I would love to change. There's this football guy. I think he's a former Bear. But actually, I also think maybe it's Cam Jordan. There's somebody in the NFL still. I think he's still in the NFL, and he's got a podcast called Not Just Football with whatever his name is. And I would love to do that. As you can see, my love of golf is really dissipated since Golfballing. I just don't really have interest in talk. Like we barely talk golf, but we talked fun golf. There's not enough golf stuff going on in October 16th.
there is if you're in Fort Myers because the weather's beautiful. I got 2 tee times this weekend.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't want to play. I was like thinking before I moved here, I was like, oh, I'm going to make friends playing golf like every golfer does. And I have yet to tee it up. But.
Well, come down Saturday night, crash the house. We'll play Babcock on Sunday.
No. But as we get into the thick of the season and the Packers are more on primetime football, I'm down. Oh yeah, we can play Fort Myers Country Club for $120.
They're fucking closed. We're playing Babcock.
They're really?
Yeah, we're playing Babcock for free. So
how long is that lasting?
What?
Free Babcock this season, this year.
Whenever we can get a tee time, it's basically just I've been in his computer system or whatever golf course he works at. Basically, is just take care of the staff, and we have a good thing going. When I get a tee time, it's how it rolls. So
you got a him up here in Tampa?
No, I mean, all connections are here, man. Like,
no old friends moved to Tampa.
Well, it's funny though, because like the 3 or 4 like good connections that I have all like worked their way into better golf courses. I'm like, this is great. Like, I actually talked to Rob for like a half hour this evening. What are you doing next Wednesday, the 23rd?
Probably nothing.
So look up how far you are from Vasani. Not to dox
Vasani.
Vasani.
My favorite water.
It's a comedy theater in Port Charlotte.
Oh yeah. Hour 41.
Fucking really? It's an hour from me. It's 50 minutes from me. That's wild. Well,
there's a lot of traffic going on from what I can gather right here on 75, but
yeah. Well, either way, I will probably be there to support him.
I think both of us would easily do that next Wednesday night.
That's what I'm saying. It's his first headlining gig. This is a good buddy of mine and Jackson's for those of you listening, but he's a comedian / very good golfer who works at a remote island club down here in Florida. We'll keep that on the DL. But he is a very, very funny dude. If you're in this Port Charlotte area, Wednesday, October 23rd, free shout out.
Do I got to buy a ticket?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's more than like $30, $20.
Yeah. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be a last minute decision for me, but it's the first show he's really like headlining where it's like his show, but he just had fucking not Ron White. He's opened for Ron White a few times. He just had Kevin Farley at his club like twice, and they did shows together. So he's getting his name out there. Like to support the fam.
Yeah, I wish you went to that one at in Fort Myers at whatever that Buddha, because that was a lot of fun. The fucking dude kept. I could not believe this. I wish I had like a one-on-one moment with Rob, and I could just be like, I went alone to one of Rob's comedy shows at a bar, and the person next to me was like an older gentleman, and he would not stop talking to me the entire time, which I'm all for. But then Rob's doing his comedy set, and I remember, I think the MC or whatever it was saying, like, you need to shut the fuck up when somebody is on the microphone. And I know it was talking to the guy right fucking next to me. And his wife, like, would always be like, leave him alone, stop talking, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, this fucking dude for, like, the first half of Rob's set, like, literally would not shut the fuck up. And you've been to Buddha, like, we're right by the stage just because I'm at a bar. It's not like this freaking venue.
Yeah.
So I was talking to me the whole time, like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
the venue we went to in Naples was fun. Off the hook.
That was awesome. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I had a bad seat. Nick and I should have gotten VIP. I couldn't believe we didn't get VIP after seeing you guys breeze through your stupid fucking line.
Dude, it wasn't even that much more. It was like $15.
I know. That's so
stupid. We also got access to the bar. Like,
yeah, that's so stupid. Yeah, we were soberly waiting in a fucking line. And it was late too. Wasn't Farley like landed late or something, and he couldn't. That was so stupid. Shout out to Nick's pen, and then like it feels weird being at that place and like they're like Rob's like in the middle of a set, or Farley's in the middle of the set, or somebody's in the middle of a set, and somebody's like coming up to you like saying like, "Do you want a drink or whatever?" I'm like,
"Yeah, yes, I do."
That was like my first. That was my first ever comedy show. So I was just very, and we were
See,
way too
yeah.
under the influence to.
It's been a long time prior to that before I've been to a show. But I will say, like, I've looked up places. A lot of the comedy clubs basically are restaurants. They just turn into a club on the weekends.
Really?
Dude, if you think about that place, it could have very easily been a sports bar with a stage in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's a bar to the side, there's a kitchen in the back. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
tables.
Surprised it's not actually.
I think
That's a
it
good point.
is.
Oh, okay.
I think they do just have
Let's
like
get some live music or
correct. Have
Yeah.
somebody playing acoustic guitar up there. But I
yeah.
looked up Vasani's. It's super fucking nice. He
Yeah,
said
that looks really cool.
he said it's his favorite club. He's headlining, so next Wednesday I'll be there.
Next Wednesday. I thought you just said you were a maybe. You're on the fence.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna find a way to be there.
Okay.
I'm on the fence only because I have a potential golf round that I'm supposed to play that Wednesday. But
Is your league done? Or?
League's done, but we have a client in town that Chris and I might be taking out to play golf, and getting out at a time that will allow me to get up there by 7 is going to be tough. So
rush hour too.
Normally workday golf rounds are like 3-4 o'clock, not you know what I mean, like hit it at sunset. Well, yeah, we don't have much daylight left. Daylight savings.
Yeah, right. When is that?
Second week or first week in November.
Oh man, it's already getting way too dark early.
Well, it's going to be fucking 5 o'clock in a couple weeks.
That drives me crazy. When I first moved to Florida and we were doing that NBA show every day, and we would start it at 5 Eastern, and then you finish it and it's nighttime, and it's just that's not ideal. Oh, real quick though, before we get out of here, where are you going for dinner?
I think you know where I'm going for dinner.
Nice. That's sick.
Yeah.
Still never been. When I go to Fort Myers next, I want to go to Luminary.
You guessed wrong. Luminary. If that was your answer, you've definitely been where we're going. Where's our favorite?
Oh, really? Oh, you're going to Dave's? That's sick.
No.
You're going to Clambake? Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dave, come on, man. That was your favorite.
No, I was just kidding. I thought you were talking about Bruno's.
No, I would love to go to Bruno's. Dude, they flooded for Helene. And then they put up, dude, I'll send you the pictures. They put up barriers outside of their restaurant. It's like a 3-foot tall inflatable orange tube. And basically they just dammed in their whole front door. It saved them.
There you go. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Y'all have to come back for date night, man.
Yeah.
You're not too far.
No. I'd love to do one of those. I'd love to do a sleepover just like before Nick and I moved over, and then we can finally maybe get into those breakfast sandwiches that I've heard so much about and I've seen so much about, and everyone I talked to that's met Ryan, you gotta try it.
I just finished the last of my bacon jerky today, so I'll have to make some.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. Yeah, go cold on the lobster roll, as I learned last time.
Correct.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Golfballing Podcast, iteration number 247. You can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on TikTok. No, don't do TikTok. I don't do that. You can check us out on Instagram. Starting to get back into only original-esque posts, even though they're not original. If you check out Golfballing Podcast, you'll see what I'm talking about. But we're getting the quality back up, so check that out. Thank you always for Ryan hopping on the show. I am sure we will see you both soon.
Go USC Trojans.
Next year. It was always